What's up, World Peace Connection? Welcome back to the Connection Series. You ever took an elephant selfie? Elephant selfie!
Follow our journey as we ask people what inspires you the most about life and living.
Now, the Connection Series is connecting you to people who we meet from all around the world. Now, this is not just your ordinary people. These are people who are on the ground running with their nails dirty and actually adding on to positive impact.
Now, today, we are super excited to share this story. This story is from none other than Aunty Pat. She's from New York and she is the founder of Basics International.
Aunty Pat has developed a community center in Chorkor, Ghana. Have you guys heard of Chorkor, Ghana?
Now, going to Chorkor was something that I'll never forget. I mean, walking through the streets.
Right now we're walking the street for the community here at the Basics International Community Center. Just kind of seeing what the community looks like around the school, just to get a better bird's eye view of not just inside of the school, but the community that's supporting the actual school and where the students are coming from that are part of the school.
Being hand in hand with Aunty Pat and just seeing how she is truly making a huge impact in her community. I mean, everybody was pulling her left and right, wanting her to come by and get some of their food. It was just like, yo, she is truly what we call a leader.
Alright guys, so we're walking here with Miss Pat and somebody just stopped her and was like, we need your help, I want you to help out this kid. And Miss Pat's trying to figure out what exactly does she need help with.
Happy New Year!
Aunty Pat's story has not just impacted us, but I believe that she can impact you as well. Throughout her story, she mentions how she starts from working in the fashion industry in New York City to now being a founder of a community center in Chorkor, Ghana. And she drops so much gems, so much vulnerability in her story. So we want you all to sit back, relax, take your notebook out, write some notes in the comment below, share this video right now because literally she's gonna blow your mind.
Time I hit ground 2000. I mean, even before I came here, I was like, I'm gonna go help the country. Like,
Right.
you know, not even understanding how big the country is. Like, you know, like, I'm just gonna go and help. Like, you know, and I'll be here. And then when I got here, you really do feel like it. So I was saying how proud I was about, oh, we got 500 kids, and we're putting kids in school. And it's great to send letters to people saying you got sponsor kids. And at that time, it was $25 a person. So it was really easy to find people who are just willing to give you $25. And so we had these 500 kids that we had in school. And meanwhile, when we were going back to follow up on these kids, it was like, where are they? And that's when we realized, like, okay, the numbers is great, but what impact are you really making? You know, what impact? If you're just like, you know, putting them in school, you're giving them a uniform, and they're taking that uniform, and they're going right back to their normal life, which is, if it's selling in the market, whatever it is, if it's just playing, they're wearing that uniform to play. You know, it wasn't enough. Numbers is not it, you know, but you can get caught up into this development shit. And so, you know, like people are forcing you to feel like you need numbers or you need to be doing certain things. And you realize, like, you can't.
What's up, World Peace Connection? We are here with Aunty Pat. Kind of walk us through what brought you here and what you're doing here with Basics International. Like, talk us through that.
Okay, so this journey started 20 years ago. So this is my 20th year in Ghana. Thank you. And I just got my citizenship. So I was working on 7th Avenue, loving it, loving the hustle and bustle. I started visiting the shelters in New York City. Started visiting the wealth shelters, homeless shelters, going to the hospitals. And that's where I started feeling really fulfilled. But on Monday, when it was time for me to go back to work, the job that I loved for so many years, I just started getting like stomach aches about it. I was like, this just doesn't make sense. So I really started praying about it. I was like really praying about it. So when that morning when I woke up with God just saying, give it up, I was like, oh. You know, I sat there in the bed, I was like, no, this just can't be. Like, why would God tell me to give it up? Because
I believe that everything I had came from a blessing of God. So why would he now tell me to give it up? So I decided to seek advice from my pastor. He said, the only thing I can tell you is step out on faith. Step out on faith. And he goes, if that was God, the doors will open. If it's not going to open. And that just kept happening. And I just leaned on those words, like step out on faith. You know, I just think it's about faith, and I think faith is universal. You gotta believe in a higher power.
All right, so we want to know,
Yes.
how do you define community?
Community is obviously where you live at. You know, when I grew up, I felt community was my hood. But growing out, my community is global now. So, you know, I live here, and I have a community here, and I have people that live in Australia. I have people that live in the UK. I have people that live all around the world, and I believe that that's my community.
So what tools would you recommend to someone who wants to step out on faith or wants to go out and do things that inspire them?
I would just say to anyone, people ask me that question all the time, what should you do? You know, if there's something that you're desiring to do, you gotta just try. You gotta try.
With you being interested in like fashion, how has that played a role in like where you are today?
Interesting. So fashion and production management. And some people said, oh, you sort of like abandoned that. And I don't think so, because I think it's about creating. And when you're designing and creating, that the spirit is in you, and you can create anything. So whether it's clothing, whether it's, you know, a center like this, or whether it's a program, I think you're just creative and you just put things together and it becomes natural for you. My mother was a sewer, and she taught us how to sew. And then I went to school, so we gave that to the children here, always to sew. But now through our social enterprise, we're creating again. So it's like, you know, kind of full circle.
So with the tips and tools, I know some people are interested in volunteering. What does that look like for you as an owner of a community center, somebody that wants to come in and volunteer?
I say do it again. You know, one of the advices, a lot of people that I met through this year to return, people come in, a lot of people want to start, and I would never discourage anyone, because that would sound very hypocritical to say don't do it. But I do want to say that I feel that people should volunteer more and do more internships, so you can kind of see what's out there, what the needs are. But ultimately, collaborate. You know, we're so big on creating, and I've created, and it would be very hypocritical, but I just think that people should come and volunteer and see how you help, because together we go further. We go further. So I do think that whether it's, you know, you're coming on a vacation, there's enough to see in this country to enjoy yourself, but you can surely give a day to volunteer work, if not more time.
And speaking on like collaboration, that brings me to my next question, which is like, how has your community shaped you?
Wow.
You told me it's international now,
Yeah.
it's global. So like, how have these different people that you've met along
Sure.
the journey like shaped who you are today?
Wow. So my community, I think, it goes back. You know, even from my days in junior high school, where I had a teacher who inspired me to say, you know, be better, do better. Look at your choices that are being given to you. And so for me, I think that very lesson that I learned when I was like a teenager, and I'm saying that to the children here today. And then we're talking about my global community. You know, I have people who are checking me to say to me, Pat, you know, this is not right, you know, or this is good. And some days when I'm just feeling low, and they know me, people who are around me know me, and they know when my spirit is down, and they know when they just need to give me that boost, or just talk to me, or just laugh with me. Because otherwise, you know, you're just constantly getting knocked down. And work like this is not, it's not easy. You know, you get discouraged, you're begging for money, you're doing all sorts of things, and sometimes everything you do is not the correct thing, you know, to everybody. To everybody.
As we walked through your community, you saw people like talking to you, saying, hey, Aunty Pat, this and that, like trying to get your attention. Has there been any like conflicts where you're like, you know, I can't help everybody, and although that's kind of what pulled me out here, I can't necessarily do what I initially intended to do. And has there been struggles?
You can't help everyone. You know, sometimes we believe we're like a superhero, or we're coming from abroad and we can help everyone, but you can't. You know, I think at one point in my life, when I came here, I thought I could. And you spread yourself thin, and you can fail. And you're not successful. You're not making any success success in what you're doing. So you have to stay focused. Like not everybody also needs help. Sometimes we just need to give you a boost. You know, not everybody needs the kind of help we're giving. And when what we're giving, we realize like, you know, you didn't really need our help. Maybe you just needed us to advocate for you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. World Peace Connection strives to build community of people just like you and connect them around the world. As I mentioned earlier, we want to be the catalyst of finding leaders that are doing great things, but also having people who want to do good things, they know who to come to. And I would highly, highly recommend Aunty Pat. If you guys come to Ghana, even if you're in New York, you want to stop by, you know what, if you're anywhere around the world, she'll pick up the phone, I'm sure, because we sent her a random text like, hey, can we come by? And she answered, so I highly recommend. But it brings us to our last question, which is, what inspires you the most about life and living?
I think serving, doing good for others, the universe, just pouring out to the universe and knowing that the universe is going to give it back to you. And you know, people say to me, you know, all the time, "Man, you're so lucky," or the people you need, and good things always happen to you. You're so lucky. And I go, it's not about luck. It's really about what you pour out into the universe. It comes back to you. And I truly believe that because some super duper things happen for me. And sometimes I'm even like in awe of the moment. I'm like, oh, how did I get here? But it's just the universe, just giving it back. And I think that's what inspires me, just doing good, just doing right. And we rented this building and we started trying to fill some of the gaps that we were not filling. And one was providing children with food and then providing them with a space to do homework. Because it wasn't even about like having a tutor to help them do homework. It was more about like just having a desk, a light to do homework. So in 2004 we did that.
Now, every time I look at this video, Shari, it's like a reminder of what it felt like for us, or for me anyway, just taking that step, right? It's like sometimes you can hear a word from God and then you're like, is this really it? But I mean, like she said, you gotta step out on faith, and you don't want, I didn't want to live with that regret of like, what if, you know, what if I didn't take this chance? And I think she's a prime example of like, when you take that risk, everything else will align. You just got to know that this is truly a God calling, not a fleshly calling.
Yeah, I love how she mentioned that was her journey, and everybody's journey is gonna look a lot different.
Yeah,
you know, when you take the time to reflect on the things that you enjoy, as she mentioned, she decided that she was gonna start to volunteer. And that's what kind of led her to discovering what inspired her.
Yeah.
And with her story, she connected the pieces for us. She almost like unraveled what World Peace Connection means. She mentioned the fact that it's not just about creating all the time. It's not just about adding onto. Sometimes it's really about looking at your neighbor and saying, how can we create together to add collaboration? Because we get so overwhelmed with so much new things happening, and we're here to tell you that it's not just about always creating. You don't have to start from scratch. You can connect with people from all around the world. They can spark something within you, and you can collaborate.
Now, listen, if you're ever in the Ghana area, make sure that you connect with Aunty Pat. She's someone who is truly open to having volunteers and people coming by. But if you're going there to say, like, take pictures and just being like, oh, doing community service, but you're not really trying to immerse yourself with the students or just get your hands dirty with their projects, then we advise you not to go. I mean, she will let you know. She's from New York. She's gonna keep it 100 and get you up out of there. So listen, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. Make sure that you like this video, leave a comment below. And if this video impacted you in some shape, way, form, or fashion, please let us know. Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
But before we leave, we have to connect them to what truly changed our lives, which is the question. What inspires you the most about life and living? Let us know below.